All right, welcome to JD's Prep. So for the next few questions, we're going to be talking about the Finger Lakes. There's a bunch of information given here in the blurb, which we'll come back to. But for this first question, we're looking at elevation and maximum depth of the Finger Lakes of New York State here. This gives us the different lakes. And we're asked first to identify one Finger Lake that has a maximum water depth of approximately 175 feet. So let's look at what we're shown here. So each lake has different elevations, but what we're looking at is the water depth. So we're looking for this distance here, knowing that the bottom is sediment. This is the water depth, right, from the shoreline of the lake to the bottom of the lake. Okay, we're looking for something that has a water depth of approximately 175 feet. Looking at our scale right here, we can see that each one of, like, the distance right here is about 100 feet. So we're looking for something that has a distance of about that. Okay, when looking at our options, we have these two lakes that could be our possible options for having a maximum water depth of approximately 175 feet. All right, the next question asks us to identify the geologic time period and epoch when these continental glaciers formed the Finger Lakes of New York State. We're going to look at this blurb that we've included here. So we are given the timeline around 1.7 to 1.8 million years ago is when the last continental glacier advanced southward, which lines up with the advance and retreat of last continental ice on our geologic history of New York State. So we kind of know when we're talking about. If we look over here, the Quaternary period, and more specifically the Pleistocene epoch, puts us in that 1.7 to 1.8 million years ago time period. Our next question asks us to describe one way that the arrangement of sediments in glacial moraines is different than the arrangement of sediments deposited in river channels. So the main difference there is the sorting. So sediments that are deposited in glacial moraines are unsorted, whereas river deposits tend to be sorted by sediment size based on them kind of falling out of the water as it slows down. All right, so unsorted is the main difference. And lastly, the cross-sectional shape of original river valleys, so pre-glacial. So before they're gouged by advancing glaciers, we see river valleys take a V-shaped formation. So it's a narrow valley floor with kind of gentler sloping sides. All right, thank you for using JD's Prep.